Okay, so let's head on over to the fast travel location. Oh, we already ran past it. And here, I'm thinking, let's see. We can either do of swords and dumplings, or we can do the main quest. Was there something else we were saying we might do? Am I forgetting something? Blaze the thing, that's the main quest. Thought there might have been one other thing. High stakes, of course, we'll wait on that. Swords and dumplings, yes. Things in Skellige, for sure, but we are holding off on that. Witcher contracts, definitely not anything in the 30s. There is this treasure hunt at level 29. That would be quite difficult. I don't think we're ready to do that yet. So, there's one thing, though, if we were to actually... Yeah, go back to looking at the map real quick. There was this one area that I remember we went to a while ago, and the road to Bald Mountain. There's a question mark over here. There's a city. There's a cave system. We went over here. We saw there were, I want to say, level 20-something foglets. And we were sneaking around at the time, and we thought, okay, well, if any of these things see us, we are toast. But now that we are level 21, this might be doable. We basically just turned around and ran on that occasion, and figured that was an area to explore in greater detail on a future occasion. But now that might be doable. So, I don't know. I don't remember as to what level exactly they were. I also don't know, because we have not heard of this location. It's not like anyone has referred to Bald Mountain or anything like that before. The part of me feels like maybe this is a part of a future quest that we've just have not yet tried to do. Well, we're not actually at the fast travel location right now. Now we are. Let's just... I want to double check. I just want to double check what level those enemies were to see if this is even within the realm of possibility. It may not be. There might be enemies directly on top of us as well. Okay, let's just make sure we're not immediately in danger. I don't think so just yet. But in and around here, we're going to see a village with, I think, mostly foglets. And in the past, we've seen that foglets, for enemies of a certain level, they've hit quite a bit harder. Like, we fought level 4, level 8 foglets that still hit quite hard. So I think even if these are not terribly high-level foglets, it could still mean trouble. They are typically one of the more difficult types of enemies. So, like, what level are you? 26. So it's theoretically doable, but we're asking for it a bit here. For sure. Okay. And I would love if we could only fight one of you at a time. If we were to fight multiple, then things would get quite a bit trickier. So, like, how much damage you're gonna do? Good question. Good question. Oh, wow. Okay. That certainly helps. Following up with basically the auto-kill move from Ard. Okay, this is the only foglet in the area now. Now it's just here, and we should put on Gwen. We should put on Gwen, even if Ard worked well last time. Okay, you're right. Approaching us now. Hello? Saw that coming, I'm afraid. You have to be a little more clever than that. And what? Excuse me. We got rid of the main foglet. The ghosty foglets are supposed to go down now. Thank you. Okay. Monster saliva. Foglet teeth. Okay, I'm not sure it's necessarily any different items than what we would normally get. Fifth essence? Not sure we've always gotten that, though. That might be a little bit rarer. Okay, I had my controller vibrate for a second there, so... Put me a little on edge. Is there something else we should be noticing here? Guessing it's not just the herbs. So we could try exploring this in greater depth. It seems like it is possible for us to explore this area here and not immediately die, though I think it will be crucial. Oh, okay, yes, there is a red door here that we could break down with Ard. Either that means that this is an area that will give us new quests that we've not yet found, or this is certainly part of a quest that we have not yet gotten information about. Like, what is this? She Who Knows? We know about She Who Knows? Folks say there were 4 at first. The mother, She Who Knows, Lady of the Wood, come here from a faraway land. I think so. She suffered terribly from loneliness. She made 3 daughters out of dirt and water. Yeah, we definitely have. Oh, that foglet may have seen us. They're also definitely bigger than foglets we've fought in the past. Pretty sure about that. You may not have seen this after all. I kind of want you to, though. We're sort of committed at this point. Definitely don't want to fight two at once, though. That would be asking for a lot of trouble, and I don't like that both of you are pursuing us rather aggressively. Can we nab one of you? Still somewhat close together here. Can I get... I don't want both of you. I don't want both of you. Just you. Just you, not the other one. Can we, like... What was that? I don't know. Oh, a Dimeridian bomb that we were out of? I was going to say, can we, like, crossbow bolt to aggro one? That was the idea. I think that may have worked. Let's see. Can I get you mad at us again? Whopping 62 damage on a couple occasions there. It's toast. Okay, now it's definitely fine now. Or not. Or not. Critical hit on the crossbow. Real game changer there. How much longer do we have on Quen? Not long. We want to reapply that. Okay, just don't do that. Disappearing. Want to deliberately get your attention. I know you have the smoke cloud there. We're still quick enough. Ow, Lance Smith there. Not dealing that much damage, fortunately. Where did you actually go? Did you flee? Oh, no, you very much did not. Very much did not. In fact, you were right on top of us. Put that back on. Did like what we had going on with Ard last time. I wanted to follow up with an Ard like this. We didn't knock you down to the ground, so it didn't work as well this time. Yeah, the damage is not so bad. It might be that they get additional damage on their surprise attack when they're immediately coming out of their stealth mode. That could be it. And so as long as we have Quen on for that, then it's not so bad. But I want to break down this door. And let's save before we do. Just in case we mess up a quest. We can backtrack a bit. Because clearly this is affiliated with something. If this gives us a new quest, then I think we're fine. If we were supposed to already have this quest and we're jumping ahead a bazillion miles, then that's not so great. Like, sure, it had the red marker on it, but I'm not actually seeing any other quest items in here. So what that leads me to believe is that this will be an area where we will ultimately find an item that is related to a quest. We just don't have the quest yet, so that item just does not exist yet. So fortunately, that means it doesn't appear as though we can slingshot ourselves way ahead in that quest and ruin a bunch of stuff. But I think that does suggest that we will want to come back here on a future occasion, and now is not necessarily the time to do that. There's a enemy who is not far away here. Probably you. And we could still fight you, because you're a decent fit for us, level-wise. Not a bad idea, just for experience. It's unlike, say, the wild dogs we fought in the past, who have just been a bad fit for us, been a waste of our gear and whatnot. Okay, Quen back on. Yeah, I was gonna say, in theory, you are directly on top of us right now. Apply this. Can't really tell. There's smoke all around us. Well, you missed there. So did we, though. Eventually, we landed it. And there we go. So yeah, we've, at this point, cleared out much of this area, I do believe. However, I think, you know, we could poke our heads in some of these other doorways, other buildings, yes. Though, in all likelihood, when we do revisit this area, when we actually get to this quest, we will probably make a point of doing so then. Or we'll say, oh, what gives? No loot in these buildings. Come on. Thought this was supposed to be a special area. And yes, at one point maybe. But of course, if we do the looting now, then, well, oh, hold on, something there. You're just standing on it. Whopping broken rate. Okay. Anything else? Been in that building. Can't tell what the deal is here. I mean, this looks kind of like one of those abandoned sites, in that this certainly could be a place that people would inhabit at some point in time. But normally we just need to remove all the enemies from the area first. So we would typically get an indication saying that that is the case in advance. And I don't think we got one of those on our mini-map. So for that reason, I think this is just completely tied to a different quest we do not yet have. So I'm going to loot a little bit here. But then we're probably going to head back. Ooh, okay. See if we can get some decent stuff here. This is lootable, but can Geralt position himself in such a way as to allow us to do it? Oh, I saw it there. Saw it there. Come on. There we go. Not that it's a great item. And this one here. Same thing. Not so great either. Okay. So yeah, I think we would find necromancy, forbidden magic. Have we read about this? I think so. Book that basically says magic is not necessarily good or evil, except for necromancy. That's evil. That always ends up going not so well. So yeah, I think what we'll do is on a future occasion we'll make a point of coming back here when we actually have a quest that is directing us to do this. We just don't know what that quest might be just yet, so we'll loot a bit here and there, yes, but I think that's the extent to which we should do things here. So let us go back to the fast travel location. And I mean, if we pass by any other loot that we've not yet picked up, then sure. Like, did we go in this direction? Not necessarily sure that we did approach from this angle. Watch ourselves. This is pathway. Oof. Does have a few drop-off points. There is, yeah, like a cave area over here, which we, of course, I think we poked our head in ever so briefly first time we went over here. But once again, I think that is probably better left unexplored for now. We'll get to it later on. Okay, fast travel location is, well, right here. So now, I mean, we can check if there are other things here. There's a question mark here. I think we tried climbing up the top of the mountain, which is more or less what this amounts to, and we couldn't find this. So I'm guessing this is actually inside the cave system, or at least when we do make a point of going back over here and fighting the rest of those guys and doing the rest of the quests, then we'll see what this is all about. Because I think our time here in Velen/Novigrad is now limited. I don't think there's much left for us. Oh, did we? We did the monster nests over here. The monsters were theoretically, basically keeping people in this grotto, or in this cave system, hostage. I don't think we ever went back in to check it out. So we could perhaps try that. I'm curious if they're still there and if they'd have anything to say to us. This grotto, I have no idea. Because that's one thing that I don't love about the cave systems, is that they always show up in that bright color there and don't let you know if you've done everything in them or not. So it makes it a little tricky. It's like, sure, we can try this. Give it a shot. I suspect that there's a chance it may have been too high level for us at the time, or maybe we've already been here. That could certainly be the case. There are mushrooms in here. This is looking vaguely familiar, though. I think we got some Witcher gear in here. I think so. I think we haven't... maybe we haven't been here. Well, sure. We'll take the boots. Said wolven boots, did they not? Does that mean wolf school? Is this an enemy down here? Because that's a wall. So it doesn't really look like it. I'm thinking that whatever that is, it's actually on the surface. Kind of sounds like an Indriga of some variety. Is there anything else in here? Yes, there is. Well, not that it's all that good. Probably even leave that other stuff there. I think the big thing we got from this chest over here, and also the mushrooms. But yeah, I mean, it's something. It's a quick pickup, sure. But why not? Camera. Not doing us any favors there. But yeah, I thought I remembered going to a cave that looked very similar to this, and yeah, there were drowned dead outside. Okay. Well, I mean, we'll take you out. There's another enemy that's a decent fit level-wise for us. A little bit lower than us, but I would assume it gives us some experience, rather than, like, the one experience that you get from things like, say, normal drowners. The water essence, I think, is not bad either. And then there's the other area that's not far away. That I did not expect you to actually be able to do that, Geralt. That was impressive. I'll give you that. There's something there that might have just been a wild animal, or a necker, or an Indriga. But what I wanted to check out was... Oh, I guess it's actually a little further away than I realized, but going into that entrance there and seeing what we find. There are definitely enemies here. They sound like Indrigas. That they are. And do we actually want to fight them? I suppose we can. I suppose we can. Oh, you didn't go down in one hit. How dare you? We are also out of ignition. There we go. There we go. Give you a second. And then... That should do it, I think. There we go. One more, a little bit further away. And there it is. It's gonna care about us. Maybe, maybe not. Let's just keep on moving here. And see what, if anything, is in this area here. Because I think that... Oh, okay. I thought that was a monster for a second. I think that this is the one where we saw the people in there before, and we've technically rescued them now? Are they still there? Have they been waiting for us to confirm that they're safe now? In which case, sorry, you've been waiting for a while? Let's see. Because there were the wyverns up top. They were a Witcher contract that when we first saw these people, we were not a good level to actually fight those. And maybe we remembered to go back down here, speak to them afterward, but I didn't think we did. There's plenty of plants, yes, sure. That's not really what I'm looking for here. It's also quite dark, and apparently there was a ledge there. I did not know this. Also, how do we get back up? Okay, hold on. This... Oh, okay. Oh, that was a person. This is looking increasingly like a cat potion situation. I think so. I think so. Let us do something about that. Let's see, you are in this section, actually. And... don't remember what you look like. Is it this one? White honey? Terrible forest? We might even have it on us right now. Raw meat. Golden Oriole. Roasted chicken leg. White Raffords? No, we don't. Okay. We do need to get it here. Thought it was one of the more generic looking ones. Tawny Owl. Swallow. Maribor Forest. Thunderbolt. Black Blood. Petrie's Filter. White Honey. Lizard. Full Moon. There it is. Okay. Let's throw that in place of, I don't know, the Golden Oriole. Might have been using that on a special occasion. See this? Now we can actually see a little bit. It does help. How do we get up, though? Can we jump that? I don't think so. Definitely do this. There's got to be a way over here. Do we run and jump that? This is just a long jump test? Oh, I missed that. Hold on. Hold on. Attempt number 2. Attempt number 2. We can do it. Come on, girl. Oh, there we go. Success. Just ignore the fact that we potentially have numerous more of those jumps to make. I'm actually not sure it's going to matter here. I think we're just going down now. Is there another way in or out of this cave? From this direction, it certainly looks like it. Perhaps multiple, in fact. Not sure I realized that was the case. Oh. I mean, lots of apples from people in here, and by people I mean, yeah, those who didn't make it out. This definitely does take us out. Oh, it's a new entrance. Would have been perhaps nice to know. Oh, wow. I'm not sure we ever use cat potion when we don't need a cat potion. Meaning, like, out in the daylight. But, yeah, it is blinding. It is blinding. Let's head back over here and try the other angle. This exit over here. See if there's anything else. It's mostly mushrooms, seemingly. Not sure there's much else. But this might be another exit / entrance that we've technically not yet discovered. No! Seems like we already have this one on our map. Out of curiosity, where does this leave us? All the way down here? Oh no, that's the one we went in from. Huh. Okay, so we just found a different way to loop around? Sure. I guess. I think either way, though, we have confirmed that we've done just about everything over there. There are still other areas, like a few guarded treasures here and there. But I think that just about all those are enemies that were really high level, that were out of our league. So, some of them we encountered a long time ago, and it might be that we've leveled up enough since then that it's possible for us to go there now, but I'm not so sure about that. So I'm thinking we probably do start heading back. Well, we know all the stuff in this direction, that's not a great fit for us. This is like expansion stuff. So for that reason, I think we do start heading back toward the village, or by village I mean actually the city, Novigrad. So this one, thought we'd been in there, that monster's den, but I mean it has a similar indicator to the normal entrances. This is definitely still white, not grayed out. Which is a little bit alarming. Does that again sort of suggest that we might not have done everything there? Okay, so there's obviously an Indriga over there. Does it see us from all the way over there? If so, that is incredibly impressive. All the credit to you. We'll give it a chance, but I'm now skeptical. Okay, never mind. I'm sorry, Indriga. You couldn't pull it off. You do not have eyes like Hawk after all. Okay, is it faster for us to run to Todaris? The fast travel location, or this grotto? I mean, this looks further, but I'm pretty sure it's kind of flatter. So let's go that route. And instead of throwing a punch, what I actually meant to do was call Roach, believe it or not. Okay. Because, yeah, basically I think this one is more roachable, if you will. Going this way. Unless we run into... what was that? A wolf? Or something? Not sure it's going to matter much, though. Oh! This area is... what? It has enemies in it? I did not remember this. Okay, you're going to blow up. In fact, blow up on the other one. Make that only one hit away from blowing up. So is this an area that we technically need to fight all these guys in order to... oh, that's the wrong one. I meant to use Axie, I swear. And we can't use it yet. Now we can. That was kind of close. Yeah, so have we not yet gone here? Or, like, not actually fought these enemies before? I was, in that case, mistaking this for a different city. Okay, we're technically still, yes, in combat. I was gonna say, I knew there were more enemies, but I thought they were far enough away that this was not technically still combat. You're gonna blow up. That you have. Let me fight you. You are already blowing up. Okay. Is that all? Or is this one of those areas where I thought there was one area that had maybe even devours, but even after we cleared things out, the enemies would respawn? Maybe not necessarily when we were there. They wouldn't respawn like directly on top of us, but we'd leave the area and then we'd come back a little while later and they'd still be there, or they'd be back. Because this does look vaguely familiar. We can upgrade our stuff here. Technically still... yeah, an enemy that we've not yet looted. Okay. Sure. But I think we'll find if we were to go into these buildings here, we have probably looted everything. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Huh. Okay. Maybe that one was a coincidence. But I really feel like we've been here. And fought these people before. Except all of these, or at least many of these, yes, still have things in them? That seems strange. We would have been here and still not have looted everything? Did the loot come back as well? I don't know. I mean, there's clearly lots of stuff here. But I mean, we'll take it. Sure. I wouldn't say no. We pop up? Oh, yes, we certainly can. I didn't really expect that to happen. Ooh, sapphire dust. That's not bad. The other things more so are typical types of loot. Okay. Oh, we are encumbered now. That's good to know. We should probably do something about that. Like, say, if we had any junk items here, and we have a bunch of maces. Those can probably go. Let's get rid of a few of those, probably. Ideally, the ones that are worth a little bit less, though, yeah, that'll do. Okay, now we can go back to running. Oh, and yes, one enemy has respawned. So that's interesting. In some ways, maybe you could almost use this location as a go-to spot. Fighting as many enemies as you want. And you're gonna blow up. And getting a bunch of crafting materials. And the enemies aren't terribly difficult here. It's not like it's going to be great from an experience standpoint, but interesting nonetheless. Yeah, like, that looks like a foglet. I'm assuming we've explored this area as well, but at this rate, I feel like all bets are off. We taking the loot from this? No, not necessarily. Not that that's great, but here are the foglets. They're level 0. No, that just means that they're the apparitions. One down. I'm fairly certain there were more. Yup, that there were. Stop that. That was rude. Actually, a bunch of, yeah, 3 times Monster Claw. That's not bad. At least from a crafting material standpoint. Yeah, is there anything else over here? Yes, there certainly is. Wow. What's the deal? We've just not been over here? Diagram Long Claw. Don't know what that is. Superior Blizzard. That could be quite useful. That's a potion. I think at one point in time we were using the normal Blizzard. So, have an upgraded version of that in particular? Yeah. Sounds good. Let's check it out. Let's see if we can actually make it. Doesn't look like it, though. Now, our 2 alchemy substances, I think, are just the mutagens. Yeah. Okay. Maybe not, but still. Good thing to pick up at the very least. Yeah, that is strange. Because I would have thought we'd been here before. Apparently, not the case. Or at least, if we were, then it wasn't thorough enough. So I think I'll head back over here just to use the fast travel spot. I do suspect we'll probably find more enemies have respawned here, but in the interest of not spending every last second of our playthrough here, let's carry on. And instead, we will head back up to the city, I think. Right? Yeah. Let's head over right smack dab in the middle. Can you get some thrash back for The Witcher? What do you think this is? Pyre? Now, what's up, Artemis Vow? Okay, so I'm thinking there's only one question remaining for us right now. And that is, do you dare to Dumpling? So, we've been waiting a long time to do this quest here, because when we first saw it, it was quite a bit higher level than we are. At this point in time, it is still level 24, and we're only level 21, but I think that's doable. So, let's actually mark that. And go to the docks after dusk to meet Hattori's supplier. Okay, that is where exactly? Down here? Okay, so maybe we fast travel over here. Let's do that. Except while we're over here, next to a few tradespeople, probably is worth selling some things, because we are just about at capacity.
Welcome, welcome.
So you are not a specialist. I mean, you're an herbalist, but you aren't gonna buy things like weapons from us at a premium. So that means we probably just want to sell other crafting materials that we have a bazillion of to you. Like even the mutagens. There are some things that use these, yes, but I think we have so many of them, and we get them easily enough that we can just dump a few. Especially the blue mutagens. Are these worth less? Hold on. These are worth... well, they're both worth 7 apiece. Okay, I was going to say. Blue is definitely the most common, so I could see it perhaps making some sense if blue was worth a little less for that reason, but no, we can just dump a bunch of them as well. Make sure we have, what, 10 remaining? Oh, this merchant is broke, is what you're telling me. Fine, we'll sell all the ones that they can purchase. So that does complicate matters a bit if we were looking to you to be someone to dump things on. That means you're not so great at that, after all. Can we double check if there are any specific materials that we need for potions and what's not that we would very much like to be able to create? Like oils, Arinia eye. Okay, that's a harpy-like creature that I don't think we've yet encountered. Eve troll liver. Don't think we run into any of those yet. What about rubedo? If you have rubedo, then we can make, what is this, a superior beast oil? That could certainly be worthwhile. Or cave troll livers. It seems like we need a lot of this. If you are selling it, then that would be useful to load up on a bit of it. Also, albedo. Let's try. See what you have. Do you have any of those items? Don't think I'm seeing them. Some herbalist you are. Oh.
So long.
Okay. In that case, let's sell our bigger things to the weapons, or actually, technically armor person who is where exactly? I always miss them. They are on that part of the square. Okay. There's a chance that there are other shopkeepers who are technically not herbalists who actually sell the thing that we're looking for. It's not impossible. It's unlikely.
Welcome, welcome.
The person we were talking to just then is probably the most probable person to be selling that stuff. What is this? Gardenia herbal used in alchemy? It's quite expensive. Huh. I don't know what the deal is there then. Yeah, I mean, you have money, so we could at least sell some things to you. If you're willing to purchase them from us. Yeah, we could at least dump some furs and hides. They do weigh a little bit. That is kind of good to load those off. Okay, maybe even some of our junk. The ones that we don't necessarily feel like we need to break down into components. Okay. That, I'm thinking, probably the best we can do with you. And the rest we'll do with the armor.
So long.
Who is here. You. We have more to do with you.
Top-notch swords.
Okay, so let's sell things to you first.
Show me what you have in stock.
We may also want to break a few things down into components. I wouldn't necessarily say that's out of the question. In fact, in terms of breaking down gear versus or weapons specifically versus selling them, they are usually some of the most valuable things that we have, and less so these super common ones that are worth just like 30 crowns. But I mean, if they break down into things like steel or better, then that could potentially be worth it. And as you get into the higher rarity stuff, I think it gets a little bit more complex. You're talking about some more unusual types of items. But we could also... Can we sell crafting things to you? Yes, crafting, but not alchemy. So if we had a bazillion of some of these things, which we may, then we could potentially dump them, but I think many of these things we do actually want to hold on to, so that we can craft good stuff going forward. Yeah, let's hold on to that for now. And instead, let's either sell our weapons or break them down into components. And these, I think, are mostly just junk. Sell those. These are also pretty bad. They're only worth 24 crowns? Okay, so maybe that's worth breaking down. Those are... They're decent. These... Not as much. They are, relic rarity. So they might be worth something. If we were to... Or they might have some decent materials that we can break them down into. I think we probably sell this. And maybe that as well. Okay, let's start breaking things down. Can we do it just by tapping over? Okay, not actually looking to remove an upgrade here. You can tell me how to do it, but I'm not really interested. I'm not really interested. I'm not really paying attention, but thank you. Because what I actually wanted to do was dismantle. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. So, we were to say, do that for... What were some of those items we were saying? Might be better as components, like this here. Pure leather scraps. I'm not sure that's all that good. Like steel ingot for 23 crowns rather than selling this for, what was it, like 30? I think that item, or that crafting material, might actually be worth more than it would be to sell this item, so I think we do break this down then. Let's give it a shot. Okay, and then as we start looking at some of these other things, similar, steel ingot versus iron ingot, I suppose. I'm assuming steel is better. I think that's the case. This is actually cheaper to break down. I think definitely do that then. I think definitely all these master items, that rarity, probably worth doing this because they are quite cheap to break down. Materials aren't really anything special, but it does help get us some volume for some materials that I'm pretty sure we're going to need a whole bunch of. It's not terrible in that sense. Then, ooh, these give dark steel. That's more valuable and harder to get. That could also be worth doing. It's a little bit more expensive, yes, but I think we have enough coins at the moment that I'm fine with doing that. That seems okay. Then we start moving into magic rarity. things getting a little bit more valuable here, and we're still only getting iron ingot and leather straps out of this, so these could perhaps be worth selling instead of breaking down into components. Then we start getting into relic rarity, and we get some pretty big crafting materials out of these, but they're also the ones that we could certainly make the case for selling because they're worth a lot. So I'm thinking, let's go back to the shop, and let's sell these ones here. How much are they worth? They're still not worth much to sell, to tell you the truth. So it's maybe kind of borderline. But either way, I think just offloading some of them so that we're not at or near our carrying capacity, which now, I believe, we are in better shape on that front. And then this is a worse saddle than the one that we have equipped right now. And it does weigh 7.5 units, so let's dump that. That'll give us a lot more space. And I thought we were saying it's safe to sell old trophies. I think we do have some of them at least stockpiled right now. So if we're concerned about well, do we have one that has bonus experience for monsters? Well, that's what we have currently equipped. So no worries there. We could definitely sell that. In fact, how much is the one that we have on right now worth? I think in all likelihood, it's actually preferable to equip the old ones and sell the new ones, because the new ones are probably worth more. This one here is worth more than the one we saw down there. Sell that. Chance to dismember. Let's get rid of that one. Don't know how good dismembering is. Most experience for monsters. We have one of those equipped right now. Chance to find additional herbs. I think we saw. We should try to keep at least one of the various kinds. I'm not seeing any of those right now, so let's keep this. Then bonus experience for monsters. We have a ton of these. Yup. So let's sell you. You're worth a little bit more. And then gold. Yeah. We don't have any others of those. So this one is the same as the one we have equipped right now. We just don't know which one's more valuable. I suspect it's probably the one we have equipped. Let's do a quick switch. And then we'll sell one that we were using. I'm pretty sure it's going to end up being the Catechin one that we have equipped is better, or at least worth more. Stats-wise the same, but worth more. Like if we do this switch here, yeah, it's worth an order of magnitude more. Definitely. Even though the bonus is the same. We'll sell this trophy.
Top-notch swords.
And then we'll be on our way.
Show me what you have in stock.
Okay, so it is what? Over on this page here. And it's 41 coins versus 82 coins. Okay, and did we actually equip the wrong trophy? We may have. Presumably we have a trophy equipped right now, right?
So long.
Just we're on the wrong one. What did I do? What did I do? We do have one equipped, yes. Which one is it? We put on the chance to find additional herbs? Nah, I think that's definitely not as good. Okay, let's move on now. I think that is much better. And now I think it's time to dumpling. Let's do it. So, well, part of me was like, oh, let's just loot this stuff right here. Yeah, there's a guard right next to you. Don't do that. We actually should fast travel. That would probably be the most efficient way to get there. And usually when that happens, a certain amount of time passes, so it might actually be night when that happens. In which case, good. We're supposed to do this at night anyway. Okay. So, we're supposed to go in this direction here.
Oh, you make a fine sailor. It's clear as the eternal fog.
And there's Hattori.
I'll kill for some fun.
That's the guy we're looking for. He's looking around like, Carol, this is not the time you're supposed to show up. What gives? No worries, no worries. We'll just meditate a bit here. It was what? It was like the early evening. They're just waiting over for us. Midnight certainly would do, though, right?